Do some We the People news. I was actually going to take it easy and just kind of kick back and enjoy myself, but I seen this video on accident. Came across it. But I will bring up this. These people right here, what gives me hope for the United States. These people. Not the police. Not the fire department. Not the president. Not Congress. Not a governor. The people that's standing against tyranny. These people give me hope. You know, it started hitting like in Oregon. Police are starting to stand up because of mandates. And they're starting to fight back. But to be all fair and honest, y'all, it was part of the problem during the beginning of all this. Until it hit their doorstep. They was against it. How many people went to court? How many people went to jail? Now it hit their back door. Now they want everybody to stand with them and fight. And I will. Because sometimes when you're a sheep, it takes a little bit before somebody bites you in the butt and realize, ooh, that hurt. So firefighters are starting to fire back. Why? Wasn't during all this time that all these rules and regulations were happening against us. It started happening against them. They wasn't for the people. The police wasn't for the people. The army wasn't for the people. Until it started biting them in the butt. They was part of the problem and not the solution. However, it does take time to get out of habits. And I'm going to back him up on some of these things because it is the right thing to do. Not because I trust them. We just have a common goal. There's an old saying. And I'm going to try to remember how it's done correctly. I'm trying to. I can't remember. It just blanked out of my brain. But in essence, what it is two enemies have a common goal of another enemy. They become friends in a period of time to defeat one another. And this is what the situation's turning into being. Right? Now, I'm not against government. I'm not against police and all that. I think every police officer needs to be abolished and transferred all into sheriffs. However, it is what it is. But they need to stay in line with the Constitution. They don't get to trespass upon our inalienable rights. They must have cause. That's the reason why we had the 4th, 5th Amendment. 6th Amendment. We have a right to counsel. We have a right to not volunteer ourselves into their courts or jurisdiction. We have a right to not be searched without some type of factual evidence to come and trample upon us. And I'm taking way too long on this. But I have passion for people like this, and I hope it grows. And you truck drivers out there had an opportunity and failed because you couldn't become one. But that being said, liberals and white-winged nuts has something in common, and yet you still can't come together. The government is literally laughing their asses off at we the people. We are a bunch of jokes to them.
You're not going to wear a mask, and I'm not asking you to step out into this area, please.
That's the change, because this is, see, this, we can get the cops because this is breaking the law now.
I'm going to get the cop. Sorry, guys, you're still looking one. This needs to go.
Under one round, so I have to leave.
Can I? May I go now? Yes, I have a mask on.
I
Doesn't
do not
matter.
have
What makes this mask more protected than this one? What makes this mask better than this?
Lawfully, I do not have to wear it.
I like where they define the mask. She had a mask. They didn't define it. That's on them.
Mask, but it
Yeah.
doesn't
What makes you?
What are we doing if we just disregard law at this point?
go. Come on. This needs to go.
How am I getting?
You've decided, you've made a choice.
Not, no.
I have a mask on. I'm wearing it. But the point is, yes, we're going against this. This is crazy. Do y'all have rights as well? Because y'all rights about to get taken away as well.
That's not proper. It's a very good mask. You put it on correctly.
We need to go much farther to provide more flexibility and support.
Thank you very much. The standard recommended by the CDC and schools. Although trying to have more space that provide and take that risk. That's what people in the building who are all investigating the same.
Why in the department here, during this very important year, is the critical information that we all need, the folks watching the hearing as well, families, parents need.
Yeah.
So I highly ask.
I was trying to time that just right, y'all.
The administration now will be speaking and listening very carefully and respect the people's house and city council.
All right.
And on behalf of the people, I would like to ask that the same respect that you want from us, that we get in terms of rules, regulations, mandates. Because we're up here, we're being told we can't drink water, we're being told that we can't consume beverages. You have your colleague on your left side, he's drinking coffee. We want to be able to have the same rules on both sides, respectfully.
This is a hearing. This is a hearing. Folks need to get critical information out. And listen, I am a former teacher. This
Jeez. All right. You guys tried to time it just right. You see that flag back there? It's got the ghost syringe. On the very top, it's got an eagle. Do you know what that means? The president is in control of martial law. It is a military court or building. And with the eagle on top, that's only supposed to be for the president and show he is the leader. So why is that flag in that building? It's to let him know that that building is under control of the president of martial law. Now you guys can think whatever you want to think. Look up the flags. I mean, you guys got computers. Look it up. Look up what the meaning is. It's not complicated with computers. I'm an idiot. And I figured it out. And 90% of you guys are way smarter than I am. And I'm not scared to admit it. I just happen to study it.
I'm doing my job because of you. That's right. Yes. So let's take our time and really think about it.
This is about making sure that we respect the people's house and get information out to school communities that
Respect the people's house. Huh. That's kind of a strange thing to say to the people. How about them people on that desk right there? Respect the people's house with the people in it. The people are your bosses. You keep acting like you have authority when you don't. Why? Because everybody keeps saying they have authority. Oh, they're authority figures. They're the authorities. No, they absolutely are not. Not without just cause. This is where they are allowed to regress as grievance. And nowhere in the Constitution does it say you have to be nice to people that's causing tyranny. It says the exact opposite. It tells you that if the government's out of control, to be rude, to be blunt.
so we ask
We are the community. We are the community. So the information is going to us, going back to our children and our families. Tell the truth. How about that mandate?
we'll ask the sergeant officer to clear out the way. Outbursts where there's disruption to this hearing, to get information out to folks. I will ask the sergeant officer to please clear everything. This is critically important in my transmission area. Is that correct? Yes, it's one of the important places, correct? Consent forms to conduct testing for students were required to be signed and returned by parents, guardians, in order for their children to remain in school buildings during the last school year. Is that correct? I believe that's correct. I'll refer my information. I'll be happy.
Are you kidding me, Treasure? Everybody left. Every city council member left. They left with you. And this is disgrace. You want us to respect you, and you don't respect us. I'm looking out of here because you're a failure, and you're a failure. You fucking idiot. We came here to speak and our typewriter, on our typewriter, and they left. I will not believe it. No more. Porque yo te estaba hablando aquí, me tengo que ir a mi casa. Yo no me voy. No, I will not leave. We paid for this building. I will not be leaving. I'm not leaving this one. I'm not leaving. I will not leave. It's not me. I'm sorry. We came here to speak, and you guys don't. We're just trying to be here. I wanted you. I wanted you.
You know what we the people need to realize? When they start having these private meetings, they're not allowed to have them. We've been taught by them they're allowed to have it. But that's because we was ignorant of it. Technology has grown to our benefit. Use it. See exactly how that works? All they're doing is voicing their opinion. There is no threat of violence, no cause of violence. They're calling them out on their names. However, what did the government just do? They called armed people against unarmed people. Let me scratch that. They called out armed persons to go after the unarmed people. All them people that have guns, they are beneath you. The people in that desk at the bottom down there, they are beneath you. They are not your authorities, y'all. Not without the just cause. Rules and regulations. Rules and statutes. That is for employees. We, the people, are not their employees. This is not complicated. It is finally time for people to wake up and stand up. There's just not enough of them. But even these people don't realize some of these things, right? Some of them do, some of them don't. They have no authority without just cause. We, the people, are their bosses. And if we need to yell at our bosses, by gosh, they deserve it. You get them, girl. Why are they being pushed out when the guy perfectly said the people's building? Why is the people being pushed out of the people's building? It is not the government building. They have no authority to push you out. They're literally pushing the guy out because he's not going fast enough to leave his building. His. And everybody's stuck on this taxpayer thing. Y'all, even if you don't pay taxes, that is your building. We didn't have taxes until after the 14th Amendment. And yet before then, it was still our buildings.
Stop assaulting. Stop assaulting. Yes, you are. Stop assaulting. Stop assaulting. Stop assaulting. Stop kicking me. Stop kicking. Stop kicking. Yes, you are. Stop kicking. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Fucking hypocrites! Fucking hypocrites! You don't care about children! Fucking hypocrites! I'm calling you out. Borelli, I'm calling you out. And Justin Brennan, I'll see you on 3rd Avenue, bro. Mark Traeger, you don't care because you're done. Your term is done. So you don't care. You wanted us to respect you. Yous made where yous all snuck out one by one, and then there was none. 10 little rabbits sitting on the fence. One fell down and 9 are left. Hello, oldest game. I said, no. I'm going up and I'm letting them know we're being played. Oh, he has to leave at 1:30. I want to see their credentials.
This is the second time I got kicked out. The first time I got kicked out because of the mask mandate, while 3 city council members were not even wearing the mask themselves. To me, it's all political theater, it's all hypocrisy. You can go to the restaurant, it's okay to eat out of the restaurant, but children go to school, they sit down on the desk, but they can't take off their mask. Where's the logic of that? It's inconsistent. It doesn't make any logical sense. I don't need to be a doctor. I don't need to be an expert. It's all BS, and people need to wake up and open up their eyes.
And the point is, children's lives matter. It mattered last year. It matters this year. They just trying to push a political agenda, and we are not going to take it. Children need to know that we have their backs. Parents need to know that we support them. Your body, your choice. You should not have to be forced to get a vaccine to be a teacher.
This is going to be the largest organization that has committed crimes against humanity in history, in our history, in our generation, and all our generations before. They never thought.
Yeah, it's been going on forever. Okay. Well, our founding fathers says we gave you a republic. It's up to you to keep the republic. We became little lost puppies, and the government has trampled all over us. So, yeah, no, it's been going on. It's just kind of slowly coming to a head.
This would happen. The last time this happened was during the Holocaust.
That's why they normally hold.
And I was afraid to say my name, but guess what? My first name is Joy, Joy, middle initial A, last name Newbold, N-E-W-B as in boy, A-L-L. And you know what? I'm not ashamed at all anymore to speak up, stand up, and say what I have to say.
People like that give me hopes, y'all. This video is a little long, and due to me. But it is time. The police officers are starting to fight back. The fire department's finally starting to fight back. And this is one of the very few times you're going to hear me say it. But the people need to back the people up, the officers and all that, when they are fighting back. And truck drivers out there, August 31st was a failure. It was a failure. I don't even know what to say. I'm a truck driver. It was a failure. Just by truck drivers by itself shut down the country. Everybody would probably do a reset on their own minds. They'll probably blame the truck driver. But it'd be a reset on our Constitution and our rights. Really and truly, the strongest force in all actuality is the truck drivers. They're the ones that bring all the goods from one place to another. However, knowing the government, that's what they would actually want. Especially some of the ones we've been having, and it's led up to this. And once again, y'all, I'm not left or right. Wrong is wrong. And both sides have been playing us. It's been building up on both sides of the aisle. And everybody wants to be against Democrats. Everybody wants to get against Republicans. And meanwhile, everybody in that office is sitting there laughing at both of y'all for being one-sided. And nobody wants to stand on the Constitution itself. Nobody can even get off their butts and actually learn the Constitution. And I was one of them. I was. I went to work every day. I didn't know my toenails from my fingernails. But when I got pushed in a certain little area, I started studying because something did not make sense. If it does not make sense, I started studying. So, anybody hears this, get a start and get a good start. Look up Chris Ann Hall. Start there. Okay? She is one of the best Constitution ladies I've seen, men or ladies. I went to Hillsdale. They got good things. But in my opinion, she really actually does better than them do. But if you want to go to Hillsdale and check that out, go there too. I mean, they'll teach you some things. Alright, this is Diesel with People News. It is good to see people standing up. Till next time. Bye, y'all.